Flight School Initiatives is number one, and the Flight School Initiatives has to do with the new course that we've released called Cleared for Instrument Flight Instruction. And that's part of our Cessna flight training system. And the flight training system consists of courses from private, instrument, commercial, CFI, and now CFII. And that allows them to add on in a 141 school an instrument rating to a CFI certificate. King School system is one of the only ones in the market that can take somebody all the way through, and we can take it into a brand new flight school that's working on getting 141 approval and get them set up with a program that will take a student all the way from private pilot to CFII and on their path to the airlines. And we also provide a concierge service that allows those flight schools to come to King Schools and ask for help in submitting what's called a TCO. And that's what they need to do in order to get approval from the FAA to be able to train under Part 141. So that was one of our announcements. The second one was around independent CFIs. And independent CFIs need some help as well in terms of being able to track their students' progress for their home study. And where are they having trouble with the knowledge that they need in order to pass their written exam? And of course, in many cases, as we know, they're using King products. And so we have a new Flight Instructor Program that CFIs can join for free. And when they join for free, they get access to King courses for our ground school and test prep, all the way from private through Flight Instructor, for absolutely free. And they're able to then review those courses, the same courses that their students are taking at home, in order to be able to address any weaknesses that the student has in their knowledge. And so that's a big thing. But the other part of the Flight Instructor Program is that it gives the ability for a CFI to connect online through the King School's learning management system with their learning pilots. And they're able to then be able to see into their learning pilots' progress through their King courses and see how they're doing on their practice tests, how they're doing on their lessons, and get insights into areas that they may need to work with their learning pilot a little bit more on the knowledge and make sure that they're up to speed. And this all goes through also to a flashcard app that flight instructors can use to review questions with their students. Then the other announcements that we had include support for CFIs in recruiting students. So we've got a brand new video out that's called Your First Flying Lesson. And this video takes a prospective flight training student on their first flying lesson from San Diego, California to the beautiful Catalina Island Airport in the sky. So it's a beautiful flight, but along the way, it's just like their first flying lesson. So they get the 4 fundamentals: the turns, the climbs, the descents, and so on. The idea is that if somebody is thinking about learning to fly, but they're not quite sure if they can do it, we've made it look fun, easy, as it is, and tried to alleviate those fears to get somebody into making the decision to learn to fly. And then beyond that, we announced 2 books by John and Martha. The first one encapsulates their business knowledge, what they've used to build King Schools over the last 47 years. And then the second book that's just released today is called Sky Kings. And that book takes all of the articles that John and Martha have written over the years and puts them all together into a book so that you can read them all in one place. And there's a tremendous amount of flying wisdom in those articles. So they're very candid in sharing their own experiences, things they've done right and things that they learned from. And we all learn from things in flying, but John and Martha, like no other, can take those learning lessons and make them easy to understand and present them to folks in a way that will change their behavior and how they approach managing the risk of flying.
Throughout the globe, Piper Aircraft has hand-selected the very best in company representation, service, and support. From first inquiry to acquisition to product support, Piper Aircraft ownership is seamless and worry-free. Piper Aircraft authorized dealers, factory trained, factory connected.